Surface area of pyramids. Hi dear students, welcome back to my classroom. For today's lesson, you are going to learn how to find the surface area of pyramids. Let us begin. Let's take a look at our first example. We have here a pyramid whose slant height measures 9 centimeters, while the side of its base or the base of its triangle measures 5 centimeters. Now let us try and find out its surface area. To find out its surface area, first let us unfold this and determine its bases and lateral faces. Here, we can see that it has one square as its base. And we all know that to determine the area of a square, we need to multiply the side by the side or use the formula s squared. Next, for its lateral faces, we can see that we have here 4 triangles. And to get the area of each triangle, we need to get the base times the height divided by 2. Now, to solve for its surface area, we need to add the areas of the lateral faces and the areas of the base. Here, the area of our lateral face would be 4 triangles times the formula base times height divided by 2. We can simplify this more by dividing 4 by the 2. So that leaves us 2 times base times height. Next, let us get the area of the base, which is 1 square. So that will be 1 times s squared, which is s squared. Now, we have the formula for the square pyramid, which is 2 times base times the height of the triangle plus s squared. Now, let us try and solve. First, we have 2 times the base of the triangle, which is 5 centimeters, times the slant height of the triangle, which is 9 centimeters. So that will be 90 square centimeters. Next, for the area of our base, we have s squared, which is the side of our base, which is 5 centimeters times 5 centimeters. If we solve this, we'll get 25 square centimeters. Now, lastly, let us add the 2 areas. That will be 90 plus 25, which is 115 square centimeters. Now, this is the surface area of this figure. Great job! Now, let's go and try another one. Again, we have here our square pyramid whose slant height measures 9 centimeters and the base or the side of its base measures 5 centimeters. This time, we are going to use another way of solving for its surface area. But first, let us unfold our figure and identify its base and lateral faces. Here, we have again 1 square as its base, and the formula for its area would be s squared. Next, for its lateral faces, instead of counting the 4 triangles separately, we are going to try to join them together and form a parallelogram. Here we can see that the sum of the bases of our triangle is just the same as the sum of the side of our base, which is the square. Therefore, we can get the measurement of this side by simply dividing. Therefore, we can get the measurement of this side by adding. Therefore, we can say that this side is just the same as half of the perimeter of our base, which is the square. So that will be 1/2 times p, or the perimeter of our base. There. Well, this side is the slant height of our figure. Now, if we have one parallelogram as a lateral face, the formula for our area would be base times the height of the parallelogram, which is 1/2 of the perimeter times the slant height, or perimeter of our base times the slant height divided by 2. Now let us try and solve for our surface area. Let us add the lateral areas plus the base areas. Here, the lateral areas would be perimeter of our base times the slant height of the figure divided by 2. And for the area of its base, that will be s squared. Now let us solve. First, let us get the perimeter of our base. Here we have a square as our base, and the measure of its side is 5 centimeters. Since a square has 4 sides, that means 4 times 5 centimeters would be 20 centimeters, and that is the perimeter of our base, times the slant height of our figure, which is 9 centimeters, divided by 2. 20 times 9 is 180, divided by 2 is 90 square centimeters. Now let's go to the area of our base. We have s squared, which is side times the side. Since we have 5 centimeters, that will be 5 centimeters times 5 centimeters. And that is 25 square centimeters. Now let's add the two areas. That will be 115 square centimeters. Now we just got the same answer as earlier. Awesome! Now let's go and have another example. This time, as you can see, we have another pyramid, but its base is a rectangle. Therefore, we can call this as rectangular pyramid. Now to solve for the surface area of a pyramid, again, we just simply need to add the lateral areas and the base areas. The lateral areas for the pyramid would be the perimeter of its base times the slant height divided by 2, plus the area of its base. Since we have here a rectangle, the formula for the area of a rectangle would be length times the width. First, let us get the perimeter of our base. To get the perimeter of a rectangle, we are going to use the formula 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Here we have 9 meters as the length, so that will be 2 times 9 meters, which is 18 meters. And next we have for the width 6 meters, so that will be 2 times 6 meters, we have 12 meters. Times the slant height of the base, which is 8 meters, divided by 2. Now 18 plus 12 is very good. It is 30 times 8, which is 240, and divided by 2, and that is 120 square meters. Next one, let us get the area of our base, which is length times width. So that will be 9 meters times 6 meters, and that is 54 square meters. If we add the two areas, the answer would be 174 square meters. Now this is the surface area of our rectangular pyramid. Wonderful! Now let's go and have another example. Again, to get the area of a pyramid, we just simply need to add the lateral areas plus the base areas. Here, the lateral areas again would be the perimeter of her base times the slant height divided by 2. Well, for the base, since we have a triangle, that will be base times side divided by 2. First, let us get the perimeter of our base. Since we have a triangle, to get the perimeter of the base, we just simply need to add the side 1, side 2, and side 3 of our triangle. We just simply need to add the side 1, side 2, and side 3 of our base. Here, we can see that we have 3 meters plus 4 meters plus 6 meters, and that is 13 meters times the slant height, which is 8 meters, divided by 2. Now let us solve. That would be 52 square meters. Next, for the area of our base, we have a triangle, so that will be base times height divided by 2. The base of our triangle would be 6 meters times the height of the base, which is 2 meters, divided by 2. So that would be 6 square meters. Now let us add the two areas, and that is 58 square meters. Now this is the surface area of our triangular pyramid. You made it this far, students. Now here are the things that you learned today.